Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me, the Aegis SABRE Peregrine, a racing ship by Aegis, which is brand new, and I also have one I'm giving away. So stick around to the end to find out how to enter for your chance to win. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today, the Aegis SABRE Peregrine. This thing here is such a phenomenal looking ship, and I honestly just love the SABRE chassis. More recently, like the Firebird, and now this Peregrine here. This thing is just great looking, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. It moves extremely fast. It is one of the fastest ships in the game. It's not the fastest racer, but it's definitely in the middle between most racers in the game. There's only a couple that are above this ship in speed. So let's go ahead and talk about the details of this ship. Now, starting off, this ship, if you were to buy it right now, pure cash, it is $170 war bond, or if you buy it with store credit, it's $185. Outside of that, you can't buy it in-game yet, as it is brand new, so you're going to have to wait a couple patches before you can buy this thing just in-game with credits, aUEC. That's going to be a little bit, but as always, it will become available sooner or later, so once it does, I'll update you guys with the price. Now, let's talk about what type of racing ship is this? Is it pure racing, or is it like some other racing ships and has the ability to dish out damage as well, allowing you to potentially take out your competition in the middle of a race? This ship does not have any pilot weapons or missiles. So there is no ability to dish out any damage. You're not going to be doing anything that has anything to do with shooting, so don't count on that. Outside of that, this ship does have phenomenal speed due to that massive engine and powerhouse right underneath it. Now, before we get into the speed numbers, let's talk about the shield and health points. This thing for a racer is quite surprising. It has a 3,000 bubble shield, which is pretty average, about your typical bubble shield, the amount that you're going to have on a racing ship, as well as a ship of this size. Now, outside of that, this ship has 23,000 health points, so if you are in a race that has someone with guns, at least you have the ability to take some damage before you're out of that race. Hopefully you don't get matched up with too many racers that have guns on them, because what type of fair fight is that, right? But looking at this ship here, this one might not need to rely on firepower and guns because of its ship's speed. A top speed of 267 SCM is very fast, with a 654 forward boost and a 278 backwards boost. Now, outside of that, the nav speed is 1,448, so this thing just continues to move, and that is just phenomenal. Any ship that can move that fast is a real winner, no matter if you're able to shoot or not, because even if you're not racing, you're able to get in and get out and without even probably being seen, especially since this ship has a very low EM rating. Now, is it as low as some other SABRE variants? No, but it's definitely not that high either. You're sitting around 5,500 EM as a stock like low range, which is definitely not bad. A lot of ships are 10, 15, 20,000 EM rating, so this thing will still stay under the radar. So you can definitely count on that if you want to maybe fly this thing around as like a daily and allowing you to jump from bunker to bunker without having to worry about being caught by anybody. This thing might be your best bet. Now, taking a look at the ship, it does have its obviously gold standard pass as well as its components pass, thankfully. Some more recent new ships like the F7A that doesn't have those things, even though they're new, the Mark II, they don't have that. But this ship definitely does. Like you can see, it does have its weapons rack here on the front under the wing, just like the Firebird. It has all of its components sitting at the top of the ship. Phenomenal looking, by the way. Gotta love how that looks, especially with like the name of the ship on there. Just looks great. Now, there's also what looks to be like a fuel port or some sort of connection on the back, even though on the nose of the ship there's something that says fuel port as well. Now, if you see right here, you can see there is a part that you can open up for storage. So you just open that on up and you can go ahead and store some stuff if you need to. Outside of that, this thing looks phenomenal, especially that cockpit. Everything looks fantastic graphically. It's a really well done cockpit and no complaints there. Now, otherwise, I mean, this thing just moves fast. So it just depends on what do you want to use it for. This thing is classed as a racer, but you definitely don't have to use it as a racer. Now, depending on what you are using this thing for, whether it's racing or going to bunkers or just jumping from station to station, you do have a quantum drive, which is phenomenal. Some racers don't, like the Fury that doesn't have a quantum drive at all, and you're just sitting there going, oh my goodness, I got to take a ship to bring my ship into a race. Well, this one, it does have a quantum drive, and you have 583 quantum fuel, which I'm not going to lie, that's definitely not bad, especially since it's just a racer. It's not meant to be jumping around from system to system, doing other activities, technically, but you definitely can. So outside of that, it's got its speed, it's got the ability to do multiple things depending on the day-to-day that you plan on flying this thing for. Let's talk about, its maneuverability. Does this thing maneuver really well? It really does. Inside of the atmosphere, this thing stops on a dime. You're able to turn around. You're able to just do so much without having to worry about losing too much ground. The thing's not a freight train. You're not going to be taking a year to hit the brakes and turn around, which is always a great thing, especially for a racer. So gotta love that. Now, outside of that, I would have to say, giving this thing a rating, I'm going to go ahead and go over my points with you. For its profession of racing, this thing's phenomenal. It's a little bit bigger than some racers, but it's fast, very maneuverable. And it's got good shields, pretty average. HP, good, very good there. And its EM rating is definitely decent. Its price, I would have to say its price is a bit on the high range, so I will be docking a point for its price, whether it's in-game or not. This thing just feels a little, hefty on the price tag for a racing ship with no guns. It's kind of a miss for me there, so there's just 1 point docked right there. Now, the components and gold standard pass, that definitely gives it a point, and it's got a quantum drive with good amount of quantum fuel. It's not like 5,000 quantum fuel or anything, but it's not really supposed to have a very long distance, so that is that. Now, again, since it doesn't have any guns for the pilot or any missiles or anything like that, I'm going to be docking another point there. Honestly, this thing's only losing 2 points. So for me, it is an 8 out of 10. It's a phenomenal racing ship. And I can't wait to see, future races with something like this in it. It's going to be pretty awesome. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video. So, CIG was gracious enough to send me a game pack to give away to you guys that includes this amazing racing vessel here. And it also comes with LTI and Star Citizen game pack. So what that means is, if you don't have the game and you enter into the giveaway and you win, well, guess what? You now have the game and you can play. That's really awesome. Thank you, Cloud Imperium Games, for that. I love being able to give back to my viewers, so that is truly amazing. They all truly deserve it. You guys are really the best, so thank you for watching. Now, how do you enter into this giveaway? Well, basically, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then the last thing I'm going to ask for you to do is comment down below, what is your favorite ship in Star Citizen and why? Now, is it a racing ship? Is it a combat ship? Is it the Drake Corsair? Is it the Cutlass? Just tell me, what is your favorite ship and why is it your favorite ship? I just love hearing all these fun things. And in prior giveaways, I learned all about, your guys' likes for certain sci-fi movies and certain sci-fi aliens and robots and all these other fun things. Well, now let's talk a little bit more about Star Citizen, because it's about to be an exciting end of the year, hopefully. And I can't wait to see what's coming next. All right, guys, get out there and enter into this giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this ship down in the comments below. Do you plan on getting one? Is it going to be more of an in-game purchase instead of an outside of the game purchase? What do you think of Aegis entering the racing scene? Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.